Right now, the silence between you feels heavy, confusing, and deeply emotional. It happened so suddenly that it left you questioning everything, wondering how someone who once felt so close could just pull away like this. It makes you feel like they do not care, like it is easy for them to stay distant. But that is not the truth. This person is struggling more than they show. They think about reaching out far more than you realize, but they keep holding themselves back. It is like they are caught in a constant loop, wanting to message you, typing something out, then deleting it, unsure of what to say or how to face you after everything. There is a deep sense of pain in their energy, like they know things went too far or ended in a way that caused real damage. It feels like everything reached a breaking point, and now they're sitting with the weight of that. At the same time, this pain is also pushing them to reflect. They cannot ignore what they felt with you, and they cannot fully move on from it either. This connection overwhelmed them. It was stronger, deeper, and more intense than they were ready to handle, and instead of leaning into it, they pulled away. Sometimes people run not because something is weak, but because it is too real. This person carries a very strong, dominant energy. They are used to being in control, used to appearing confident and unaffected, even when they are not. On the outside, they may seem cold, distant, or stubborn, like nothing touches them. But inside, there is a lot of conflict. Their pride keeps them silent, while their feelings keep pulling them back toward you. They go back and forth in their mind constantly, battling between reaching out and staying quiet. They want to come forward, but they do not know how to drop their guard or admit what they feel. You, on the other hand, have been stuck in this waiting energy. It feels like you are in limbo, tired of not knowing what is going on, tired of hoping for something that has not come yet. You may feel emotionally drained, like your energy has been low lately, and that is because this connection is still active on a deeper level. You are still tied to each other energetically, which is why you keep feeling their presence, seeing reminders, having dreams, or noticing patterns that bring them to mind. It is not random. It is showing that the bond has not fully broken. There is also a sense that this is not the first time distance has happened between you, but this time it feels heavier, more final, more painful. Still, even if it feels like an ending, the energy says it is not completely over. There is still unfinished emotion here, still things left unsaid. This person is not in a good place right now. There's chaos around them, possibly unhealthy habits or negative influences, and instead of dealing with their emotions properly, they shut down. They may come off as selfish or emotionally detached, but it is more about them not knowing how to handle what they feel. They are aware of how they acted. They know they were cold. They know they hurt you. Even if they have not admitted it, that awareness is there, and it is growing stronger with time. The silence may look like power on the outside, but inside it is building pressure. Regret, guilt, frustration, and longing are all sitting within them, and they cannot keep ignoring it forever. That is why communication is still coming. Even if things feel stuck right now, this will not stay silent forever. There is a message building, something unexpected that comes when you least expect it. It carries emotional weight, honesty, and the truth they have been avoiding. There is also a strong sense of apology, like they want to make things right, or at least explain themselves. They may finally admit what they felt, what they did wrong, and why they pulled away. The connection between you is still very magnetic. It is not easy for either of you to let go, no matter how things look on the surface. You are still in each other's energy, still affecting each other without even speaking. And the biggest truth here is that this person is not indifferent. They are conflicted, overwhelmed, and held back by their own pride and fear. They act like they do not care, but deep down, they have not been able to let you go at all. This whole situation feels like it collapsed too quickly for you to fully understand what really happened. One moment there was connection, emotions, energy, and then suddenly everything turned into silence, distance, and confusion. It felt like you were dealing with someone who was not consistent within themselves, someone who showed you one side but carried another side they never fully revealed. That is why this ending felt so heavy. It was not just the separation, it was the unanswered questions and the feeling that something real was left incomplete. The truth is, this break needed to happen because this person was not ready. They may have felt something for you, but they were not emotionally stable enough to give you what you deserved. Instead of facing things honestly, they avoided responsibility and created distance. You kept waiting for them to step up, to show effort, to give clarity, but they stayed stuck. And now they are still stuck, but not in a peaceful way. They are dealing with inner conflict, guilt, and emotional chaos that they are not showing on the outside. At the same time, this situation has drained you deeply. Your energy has not felt the same. You may feel tired, disconnected, or less passionate than before. That is because you carried the weight of something that never got proper closure. The energy of the Ten of Swords reflects this perfectly. It shows how painful and sudden this ending felt, like everything fell apart at once, leaving you hurt and overwhelmed. But it also shows that this pain is bringing truth to the surface. What was hidden cannot stay hidden forever. The energy of the King of Wands represents this person strongly. They are confident, attractive, and intense, someone who knows their presence has power. They feel deeply, and their attraction toward you is strong, but their ego, pride, and impulsive nature have made them inconsistent. They want you, they think about you, but they also pull back when things become too real. This creates the push and pull you have been feeling, where they come close energetically, but disappear physically. Even in silence, they have not let you go. They are still watching, still curious, still affected by you. Seeing you move forward, look good, or receive attention triggers jealousy inside them. They are not at peace with losing your energy. There is also a strong sense that their past actions, or even other people involved, created complications they now regret. They know they handled things wrong, and that guilt is part of why they have been quiet. You are both holding back, both unsure, but neither of you has fully moved on. The connection still feels active beneath the silence. I do feel communication is coming, especially unexpectedly, and most likely at a time when emotions are stronger, like at night. This message feels emotional, like an apology or an attempt to explain everything that was left unsaid. This was never about you not being enough. Their silence came from their own issues, their own past, and their inability to handle something real. They are now being forced to face what they avoided. The connection still carries strong energy, and even though it has been painful, it is not completely over. Something is shifting, and the truth that you have been waiting for is slowly coming forward. This connection carries a very intense and complicated energy, and no matter how much this person tries to hide it, they have not let you go. Their behavior may have made you feel like they don't care, like they moved on easily, like you meant nothing to them. But the truth is the opposite. This person is deeply affected by you. They think about you constantly. They feel drawn to you in a way they don't fully understand. And instead of expressing it honestly, they hide behind distance, silence, and mixed signals. Their actions come from insecurity, not from lack of feeling. They are trying to protect themselves, but in doing that, they ended up hurting you. There's a strong imbalance in maturity or emotional awareness between the two of you. One of you feels more grounded and clear, while the other feels more restless, impulsive, and unsure. This created a push and pull dynamic where the connection felt powerful but unstable. You may have felt like you were waiting for them to step up, to communicate, to be honest, but they kept holding back. That waiting turned into emotional exhaustion. Ten of Swords shows how deeply this situation affected you. It feels like you went through a painful ending, possibly sudden, possibly without closure. The silence, the ghosting, or the emotional distance hit you hard. You may have felt betrayed or abandoned, like everything collapsed when you were still trying to hold on. But this energy also shows that you've already been through the worst of it. The pain reached its peak, and now you are slowly coming out of it, even if it still hurts. King of Wands shows who this person is at their core. They are strong, attractive, confident, and used to being in control. They carry a magnetic energy, and they are not someone who struggles in every area of life. But when it comes to emotions, they are guarded. They don't like feeling vulnerable, and with you, they felt exposed. They want you. They feel the connection strongly, but their pride and fear stop them from expressing it properly. So instead of being direct, they watch from a distance and try to maintain control. Even in silence, they are still connected to you. There is a strong sense that they are watching you through social media or keeping track of you in quiet ways. They haven't moved on the way it may seem. At the same time, you may have been noticing signs like repeating numbers, dreams, their name appearing randomly, or reminders that keep bringing them back into your mind. This connection still feels active, not closed. There is also outside interference here. Another person may be involved, and that situation feels complicated and unstable. It brings more delay and confusion, but it doesn't remove what they feel for you. This person knows they hurt you. Even if they don't admit it, there is guilt and regret in their energy. They think about what they did, especially at night when everything is quiet. Sleep feels restless for both of you because the emotional bond hasn't been fully released. Communication is not over between you. There is a strong chance of an unexpected message, most likely at night or in a moment when they can no longer hold back. It may come in an unusual way if normal communication is blocked, but it feels like they will find a way to reach out. There is also a sense of movement ahead, possibly involving travel, change, or a shift in timing that pushes this connection forward. Right now, you may feel stuck, like you can't fully move on even though things ended painfully. That's because this connection hasn't fully closed yet. There are still feelings, still thoughts, still unfinished words between you. But the most important thing is that you have already survived the hardest part. You felt the pain, the confusion, and the silence, and you're still here. This person hasn't forgotten you, and they haven't escaped what they feel. They are just delaying what they know they need to face. Whether they come back soon or later, the truth is still there, waiting to be spoken. And while they may return, your power now is not in waiting for them, but in standing in your own worth and allowing things to come to you with clarity instead of confusion. If you're watching this, there is someone who truly regrets not replying to you, and their silence has been much deeper than it looked. You've been feeling it, watching from a distance, noticing their activity, seeing them follow others, and it's been stirring something heavy inside you. It made you question everything because in your heart you felt like this message should have already come. You've been waiting, holding on, wondering why it's taking so long when the connection felt so real. This person is complicated. They don't deal with emotions in a healthy way, so instead of facing how much they miss you, they distract themselves. There's also a toxic energy around them, whether it's certain people, habits, or patterns that keep them stuck. They act like they're fine, like they've moved on, but in reality, they've been avoiding what they feel. That silence you experienced wasn't because you didn't matter. It was because they didn't know how to handle something that felt too deep. The energy here shows a painful ending, something that broke you emotionally. It felt sudden, confusing, like everything collapsed without closure. You gave your heart, your time, your energy, and it left you feeling drained and hurt. That wound is real, and it came from the way they pulled away without explaining. But at the same time, this person carries a strong, confident energy on the outside. They appear bold, in control, someone who knows what they're doing, but inside they struggle with vulnerability. Their pride and fear of getting hurt made them choose silence instead of honesty. They've been watching you quietly, checking your stories, keeping an eye on you without saying anything. This is someone who can feel deeply but hides it, almost like they have two sides. One that wants you, and one that runs from you. The connection you shared wasn't ordinary. There was something intense about it, something you felt in your body, in your soul. That's why their rejection hit you so hard, because it wasn't just a surface level bond. There were also misunderstandings. They may have judged things too quickly or felt uncomfortable with how open you were, and instead of communicating, they chose to leave. Now they carry that regret. They know they owe you an apology. They know they hurt you, even if they never said it out loud. I can feel that they haven't let go. The signs you've been seeing, the repeating numbers, the reminders of them, it's all connected to this unfinished energy between you. And now something is shifting. They're starting to face themselves, slowly coming out of that avoidance. Because of that, I do see them reaching out. It feels unexpected, most likely in the evening, a message or call that catches you off guard after all this time. When that happens, it's going to bring up a lot of emotions. Part of you may feel relief, and another part may feel guarded because of the pain they caused. And that's valid. Just because they return doesn't erase what happened. What matters is how they show up now. This connection hasn't fully ended. There are still feelings, still regret, still something left unsaid. They broke your heart, but they never truly walked away from you emotionally. And now the silence they've been hiding behind is slowly breaking because the truth they avoided is finally ready to come out.